Hi, my name's Abigail Kneifel, and these are my note cards that I made for chapters 1, 2, and 3. First, I'm going to check out chapter 1 with you. I decided to make my note cards virtually. I totally enjoyed the video of the guy explaining how to make great note cards on actual physical, like the 3x5 note cards. I think those work great for some people, but they don't work great for me. I have a very poor handwriting. I always say my brain works way faster than my hand. And it truly does. So, for me, writing physical note cards, my handwriting is so poor, then I hate reading it. Also, people that are artistic, I think it's great to draw those little pictures with, but it's just so hard for me to do. I would never be able to finish. I suppose if it was completely required to do them by hand, I could do it. But given the option, I will always do something digitally if I can. I actually am already super familiar with Quizlet. So I actually already had done my note cards on Quizlet. I really like Quizlet. I think it is a great resource. I use it with my students. So, like here, I actually separated them in my study sets. I did chapter 1 all together, chapter 2 all together, and chapter 3 all together. So I actually have 3 separate study sets. So this is chapter 1. I had just went through them. So they are, I'm on 25 already. So here would be theory. And you can see as I go all the way through them, I have them all just here, and you can just click back and forth, and they're super simple to use. So, like a positive correlation is when things are both going positively or both going negatively at the same time. Because so, like if you're growing higher, then your weight's also getting higher. So that would be an example of a positive correlation. Yeah, a relationship between two variables in which they both increase or both decrease together. That would be a positive correlation. Um, a negative correlation, that would be like the exact opposite, where one's going positive and one's going negative. So here, we all know what a hypothesis is. That is like, a prediction in what will happen in a study based on like a theory or previous research or something like that. That would be like, what a hypothesis is. I feel like, young students even learn that. So that would be what that is. So these are super great because you can see the word, then you just flip it over. Super easy. The Every Student Succeeds Act actually replaced the No Child Left Behind Act. I want to say in like, I don't want to say the wrong date. I know it ends in the five. I don't want to say 2005. That would be totally wrong. 2015. And actually, it gave more power back to the states, which was good because, well, in my opinion, was good. The No Child Left Behind Act actually really harmed the gifted population in America. Which I learned previously in a lot of my high ability classes. So there would be just another vocab term. Let's see. Yes, 2015. So it gave more power or control back to the states to set their own standards and stuff. One thing also about me is I try to learn the definitions kind of in more conversational ways than exact. I know I have room for improvement. I feel like it's hard to ever say like you're super perfect or something like that. So you can see all of my there's 1 through 25 for the first ones. I did it as the book did it in key terms, and I did it alphabetically. One thing I really like about Quizlet is, my computer's always with me. I could always reach them on my phone. Also, if you scroll down, they have them written out like this, so I can even print this out and just have it on paper form if I want as well. And lastly, if there's ever something that I'm like catching a real big struggle with, it will even read it out loud to me. So I'll do a short one.
Random. Without any definite pattern, following no rule.
Yeah, I'm a very auditory learner. I love to hear things. So I had really poor vision when I was a child. So sometimes seeing isn't the best. Sometimes I'll read it to myself, or if I want, even though it's a little bit AI, a little robot-y, sometimes I just need to hear it and hear it and hear it. So I do love that it'll read it to me as well. So sometimes that's very, very helpful. So let's go to study set 2. So I just go up to my library and I'll go to study set. So here's chapter 2. So it's just a few clicks away, and then I have chapter 2. Um, Okay, it went back to 58. I swear I put them back to 1. So you can see it goes all the way to 58. Zone of proximal development, that's the range of which students can do it on their own, all the way through the help with an adult, all the way to the very top of where they would struggle the most. Vygotsky series, the phase at which a child can master a task given the appropriate help and support. And I also put the page number of each one. I think that's important. So if I need to, go reference it really quick. So you can once again see them all again. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure you knew that I did them. Private speech, that's a child talking to themselves, helps with language development and things like that. Physical development, that's the actual physical part of your body developing, where personal development, that's your personality developing. Neurons, that's your actual like nerve cells, like a part of your brain that's storing and moving information. I'm just clicking through these real fast. Equilibrium, that's where, your cognitive self and everything is in balance. You're balanced out. Everything is good to go. So the mental balance between cognitive schemas and information from the environment, you're having balance. Egocentricism, this is when you believe that everyone is seeing like the world the same as you, assuming that others experience the world the way you do. Disequilibrium, this is like the opposite of equilibrium. This is when there's not a balance between mental and cognitive. Out of balance state, yes. So like I said, I kind of think about it in ways of conversation rather than an exact definition. That's just kind of how I learn them. I'm sure I could give you word for word if I really needed to. So there is the rest of those. And like I said, it's all at the bottom here. It can be read aloud to me. So it's just easier for me to do them digitally because my computer is almost always with me, or my phone's almost always with me. When I do my homework in the evenings after work, I always just run through the study sets really quick, or longer if I really need to practice. I just always make sure to run through these every night as well. And these aren't going to go anywhere. They're there for me. They're not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to accidentally lose them or anything like that. They're just set on Quizlet. Super easy. You can even do little matchy things. If I want to, I can give myself a test over them if I want to. So here's chapter 3. There's 46 in this one. Here are, once again, they're at the bottom for me. If I just want to actually read them without doing all the clicking, they'll read them aloud for me. Anorexia nervosa is the first one. That's a type of eating disorder, and it's characterized by limited food intake. Autonomy is like independence. The binge eating, that would be another eating disorder, and it's characterized by like a massive intake of food at once, like, eating an entire thing of ice cream. That would be binge eating disorder. A blended family, there's some cultures that really have a lot of blended family where you might have like parents, or that would be extended families, excuse me. A blended family where it'd be like parents and maybe a step parent and maybe stepchildren or things like that because of remarriages. Where an extended family, that is when you would have like mom and dad and grandma, grandpa, or maybe aunts and uncles living with you. So that's the difference between a blended family and extended family. Sorry for that mistake. And so long and so forth. Cyber aggression is when you're using social media, emails, Facebook, Instagram to, terrorize people, making threats, things like that. So I don't know. I just really like using virtual note cards over handmade note cards because of my terrible handwriting. And I just like the extra things that I can do virtually with these note cards. I can just read them without clicking. They can be read to me. I can even play these little games, like a matching game. It'll automatically make for me. I can give myself a test. I can use my phone for it. I can print it out for me. I can share the link if someone else was to need these links. If I needed to share, press the share button. It'll give me the link to share with someone. If I need to edit something really quick, I can. It's easy to label, EDSP 600, 800, chapter 3, and it'll be easy to add to them. So that is what I do for my note cards. Hope this works. Thanks.